not about ourselves, it's about giving back to those around us.
What most people in Charleston don't realize is that the Rotary Club is about 200 people, but their impact across this community is phenomenal.
It's community leaders coming together to address issues in the community and to perform service above self, both locally and internationally.
I think it's a continuing community asset that has demonstrated over and over again its capacity to improve Charleston.
Over the 100 years of our club, it's been apparent that we're forefront of, from building the fountain at Marion Square to helping build Francis Marion Hotel to forming Coastal Community Foundation and the Boy Scouts in Charleston. It's across the board, just a wonderful aspect of the community.
When I think about the historic Rotary Club of Charleston's legacy and what we should be known for, I would hope that people would remember the significant good that we're doing today, but also the significant good that the Rotary Club of Charleston has been doing since its founding 100 years ago.
Our club has donated tens of thousands of dollars to water missions to provide clean drinking water systems that have been dispatched all over the world, from Haiti and Peru to Ecuador.
There's not a nonprofit that I can think of that we haven't made donations to. We've helped to almost eradicate polio. It's only known to be in 2 additional countries, and now we're working very hard to help eradicate Alzheimer's.
And I think being a volunteer and having the opportunity to work in our schools is really, really important. Just spending time teaching our young people how they can become successful in life, I think that's the most important thing about Rotary. It's a club that's all about service above self, doing things for others.
We were founded in 1974 by members of the Rotary Club of Charleston. Anywhere that you look in our communities, you will probably see the fingerprints of Coastal Community Foundation.
The Rotary Club formed in 1920, and its first project was to start a Scout Council here in the Charleston area. Hey, I believe that over the years, every Scout executive has been a member of the Rotary Club, and most of the chairman of the board, or the council presidents as we call them, have been involved with the Rotary Club also.
We were so fortunate. We had the captains of every industry involved in our founding. Rotarians who were bankers, attorneys, business people, insurance executives. We were so fortunate to have that expertise from the corporate community create us, but also send a message to future generations that supporting United Way would be really important.
Well, being a woman and being in the club means a lot, because there are still places in the world where there are no women in Rotary, and I feel that the club that is here in Charleston that I was a member of was great. It had a lot of equity and inclusion going on, with lots of diversity in terms of who our members were and who had the opportunity to serve as president.
When you add up all of the different groups that we have seeded or provided leadership for or worked with, you've got to think of tens of thousands of lives that the Rotary Club of Charleston has affected.
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? These are things that really are absolutely needed.
There are so many things that Rotary could be remembered for. We are woven into the fabric of this community.
Well, I'm just so very proud to be a Rotarian, and I think that it is the organization that makes a global impact.
There's many ways to find your passion and your why in Rotary, and I encourage everyone to be a part of it and be a member.
We continue to serve our founders' vision, those Rotarians' vision of serving the public good, and that will never change. Bringing together $250 million to address the needs of this community, that's as good as it gets. It's a real privilege to say happy birthday, happy centennial to the Rotary Club of Charleston.
I think the future is bright for the historic Rotary Club of Charleston, and I look forward to the things that we can do in our community for the next 100 years.
Rotary gets involved, when our Rotary Foundation gets involved, we give value to lives where there seems to be none, and we give hope where none exists. Our Rotary Foundation does connect the world, and it is truly making a difference. Thank you, Charleston Rotary Club, the Rotary Club of Charleston, for all the great things you've done over the last 100 years. You've made a difference. I want to leave you with a quote from one of the greatest statesmen who ever lived. We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give.